All right, so Aries, when I did the lives, your sign was not one of them that was read. So you will go first. Aries. Okay, we have manifestation. It's a number 8. Individuality. That's an 11. And a 66 for healing. Under the deck, we have pride, which is a 19. I'm getting August 11th, but also this Leo season. 8 plus 11 is 19. So this pride energy is really tying into what I'm picking up on anyway. The pride card can be associated with Leo, but also a very deadly trait. But I feel that what's happening here is a transition from using pride and the ego towards manipulation in the negative aspects of it, where you're forcing someone's hand instead of just playing yours correctly. So with this pride and this manifestation, I feel that because of the use of pride prior to this point, there's been certain outcomes and situations manifested, and it may seem as if others are at fault for it, or at fault for it, when really it was a product of the pride. So now that this healing has taken place, you really know how, in more of a sense, to direct your pride and energy into a more focused and intent fashion. And it's yielding you results that you haven't seen before. So it feels as if you're learning something new, and really you're just learning how to do it different. You're not learning anything new. You already knew how to do this, but because of pride, it has gotten in your way of actually manifesting in a way that benefits you supremely and over time. Not that instantaneous gratification, but something that really pays it forward, and really it pays you to do. With this manifestation card, I'm really is financially lucrative for you to put your pride aside and actually do things in a more balanced way. And you don't have to throw that power. I mean, people know you have the power, but to use it in a way that isn't derogatory towards others, but just being the example and being the leader and being that individual. You're showing people a healed way of using this Aryan energy, this Martian energy. It doesn't have to be combative in order for it to be a fighter, or for it to be a warrior, or for it to win. You understand what I'm saying? So we have the root chakra here that's coming up, and it's already here, but it's just coming up again to reiterate. Individuality, we have the solar plexus. So this is more willful and, like I said, focused. It's a very focused use of your natural affinity. Like, this is what you do. This is how you use it now, though. That may throw people off. They expect you to be in their face or boisterous about it, when really you don't have to. It speaks for itself. And then we have the third eye chakra here. No, this is the crown, I'm sorry. With the healing. So I feel like you done got sat down and set your ass down for a second. Like, okay, let's really put this stuff into perspective. whatever you really, really been using, what we've been giving you. Like, we give you the ability to be who you are, and we give you the strength to be proud of it, to actually use it, but for the beneficial effects of it. Not just a benefit to you, but to everybody involved. There's a certain way that this is it's like the moment you got the healing, you knew that it would shake up everything you have going on, and it would have to redirect that energy. It would definitely change and transform everything that you thought you knew, or everything that you thought you stood for. And so here it was in the solar plexus. It's like, this is where you separate yourself from the Aries energy atypically, where they would associate the impulsiveness, hot-headed, anger issues, or being controlling, and all these negative aspects of what they assume you to be, because you carry this energy. All right, you have a way of being the leader, being the one in a diplomatic role. You make sense of certain things that other people just do not see and do not feel. And so that's your strength. That's how you bring it full circle and really manifest in a solid fashion. Something that people can actually see. You don't just have to speak on it, or like, it's very evident is what I'm saying, what you're doing and why you're doing it. So now you don't have to over explain yourself or argue a point home. You're just doing, taking the action, and showing and proving. You don't have to explain step by step, because if they don't hear it in the whisper, they're going to hear it in the shout, and it won't be you doing the shouting. They'll be shouting like, hey, you're leaving us behind. Let it be. Let it ride. If you're proud of what you're doing, you're manifesting in an intent, focused way. You're doing so from a healed position and place. The energy that from where we were with Aries to where we are now with Aries is a complete 180. It's never that you didn't have the sauce and you didn't know what you were doing. It's just getting over this hump of pride. Because even when it comes to your pride itself, when it's too grand and you're trying to overcome and get over that hump of pride that you have, it's like, I've already done X, Y, and Z. I can't undo it now, or I can't go against what I've already done. And it's like, you're not contradicting yourself. You're not proving yourself to be false. It's just that you're doing it in a much better way now. So they're going to get with the new program because they really don't have any other choice but to know and to have confidence that what you're doing is the right course of action. So fuck what they thought about what you did in the past. What you choose to do now that you can actually be proud of, and don't have to feel like I have to reiterate that I'm in charge and I'm doing this because X, Y, and Z. Like, you're doing stuff in a different way. So either they're going to align with the program and be able to accompany you or whatever, or you're just going to keep doing what you're doing and they're going to be on the outskirts looking in, wishing that they could. This will leave room for them to approach you with sense. Okay? This isn't where you have to tell them, if you don't do this and you don't do that and you don't, then you can't hang with me. You can't kick it with me. You can't come around. You don't have to waste that breath anymore. You don't have to say a word. Just continue to do. Where you're proud of what you're doing, you're proud of your lifestyle, you're proud of your accomplishments. It shows in everything that you touch. Let that speak. Let your manifestations that come into this physical reality, that come into this physical world, the home you live in, even if it's superficial, even if it's the car you're driving, but it's yours though. What you're doing for work, your career, how you create your stability, the things you do for fun, your hobbies, whatever it may be. Have some pride about it, but it doesn't have to be the only way. And so people don't have to be on your coattails. They don't have to ride in your boat. They don't have to ride along with you in order for them to respect your lane. Just let it be what it is. Be proud of what you're doing and just keep doing it. And that's what being a leader and showing by example, your authenticity, your individuality is really influencing the healing. Because it's like, damn, already the influence of Aries is a primary force. It is a leader. It is about leadership. It is about showing the way. It is about opening avenues where people didn't know that they could go. And so you can do this by just doing it. And then they see that it's okay. Energetically, you don't have to speak on it and say, hey, follow me. Hey, do what I'm doing. Hey, try this. Show and prove and keep moving. Okay, yes. I saw what that was, but it came face down. So there is someone in your environment that really doesn't want you to see this part of them. They really don't want you to know the influence that you have. They don't want to let you know that you were correct or you were right about something. And it has brought on a sense of conflict. I do see the Five of Wands here. All these cards are coming face down. 7? Okay, 7. Or 8. We have the 7 of Cups underneath. You really haven't had solid concrete proof if your message was even getting across, if what you were saying was really registering with another person. And it's okay. It's okay. Just do it anyway. Say it anyway. Feel it anyway. Go through what you're going through anyway. Because it's not in spite of, it's in favor of. You understand? It's going to benefit you, others in the long run. It's going to benefit them, whether they realize it or not. Just continue. Okay, just continue. The cards that wanted to come face down: 5 of Cups, Page of Cups, and 10 of Cups. Wow. Okay. If you want to reach out to someone and let them know, hey, we can mend this. We can try this. Maybe you feel like you need to reach out and offer that bridge, offer that token. It may not be the best time to do so. There's a reason why this person has to linger and to sit in this 5 of Cups energy. That isn't something that you can make happen faster. You can't make it smoother. It's something they have to understand, that loss is not loss. They have to understand their own grieving process and how often they go to it as a form of escaping responsibility. So even if you're in a situation and you're happy and you see someone else who isn't, and it almost seems as if it's because you are so happy that they are not, or that it's almost like a feeling of envy. I'm getting major like 7 deadly sins type of vibe. That they want to be happy for you, but can't be happy for you without thinking about how it's not happening for them. So they're not in a position to actually support what you have going on, because all they can think of is what they don't have. And so you reaching out could do one of two things. It could keep them away from learning the lesson they need to learn with this grieving process and these regrets and this self-imposed grief, but also it could come off as if it's rubbing it in their face. So I just want you to be mindful of that, because the intention you give it, it may seem like a tease. There is a fish in this cup with the Page of Cups. So it's almost as if like, now you're just showing it off. Now you're just putting it in my face. Another way I'm seeing this is a person announcing a pregnancy and another person feeling the real solid notion, like they're really emotionally feeling it now, that what they had will no longer be again. They won't be in this dynamic of 10 of Cups, because um, the introduction of this new child into the mix is as if a person solidifies the next relationship they're in by having a child, which a lot of people do. They will go on to another person and have a child with that person to establish something is new, and they don't want to go back to the past. So it's like, well, you missed out because now I'm already pregnant by somebody else, as if the pregnancy itself is the end, because they couldn't just end it before. They had to prove to themselves and to the person that they used to be with that I have to start another family in order for you to know this family won't come together again. So it's almost as if a baby is being put up as a showpiece. Like, this is proof. This is what it is. We can't be together because there's a child here. That could be the reason why this won't ever be what a person I had as an idyllic situation. So that brings on this Five of Wands energy, because it's like it's going from a sadness to like almost like wrath. Like it's inner conflict, but it's surrounding the fact that they cannot have what they thought they wanted. So now it's a sense of having to fight for it, and it's barbaric. It's not even wanting a connection or a relationship with a person because they just love them. It's because you say you started something, I'm going to prove it false. I'm going to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you go back on your own word. It's odd as hell. It's not coming from a place of logic either, and it's not coming from a place of love. This card represents Gemini, but it's in reverse. And so the communication is fucked up. The delivery is fucked up. The intention is fucked up. There's no truth about it. There's no growth and wisdom about it. It's omitting it's not progressing. It's not going to. We have the Five of Wands, and then we have the Six, which is the Lovers. But this is in reverse, so it's almost like a stall between the two. It's like, even if you were to re-enter this situation or even speak from a loving capacity, this person has the undercurrent of contempt, and they're ill at ease, and therefore they want you to feel it too. So it's not even a full embodiment of what the Lovers could be, where you actually have something to choose from, or have different ways of doing something. It's like, I will make sure that this fails. I will make sure that this doesn't come, doesn't actually succeed as it's supposed to. Because the whole intention for this love or this relationship or this connection wasn't founded on love to begin with. There was always been this it's been unguided. It's been it wasn't the situation itself. It's like there was no sense of guidance in going into it. There was also no real like blessing. There was no one's real blessing. It just happened. And so it's trying to force something to stay afloat, or force something to stay connected, that wasn't even in the best interest of either person to begin with. And it's like, what are you really trying to continue? Under the Page of Cups, we have the Sun. And this is, again, I mean, it is showing me baby vibes. It's showing me pregnancy, or children in general. And so there is this sense of exposure, and that could lead to a sense of embarrassment. Like, how do I face all these people? my friendship group, the people I communicate with. Like, how do I really show my face? I'm not proud of that. And so now a person is going through it because they're like, am I happy? Do I really know that this is what I want? Like, now they're second guessing their own station, their own position. It's as if, like, was it even real? Did we even have what I thought we had? Am I the only one who felt that way? It's really, it's like, these are two different people. So I don't know which side you're on, Aries, but these are very similar. It's like you could be going through the stages and look all happy and look like you're well put together. But this is like, you're not even in a balanced place mentally to try to appeal to this person's nature right now. Like, your thoughts are all over the place, and therefore even the kindness or the expression that you're trying to extend to another person is coming off like this. It's not really giving a sense of truth. It's not giving a sense of, it's like this is a game or this is a sport for you or you're trying to rub it in. It's really being perceived in a way that you're not intending. But it's only because you're still searching for that little piece of confirmation that this thing is still possible. That you could still have this thing with this person or still have this type of relationship with this person. And so when it comes to the the King of Pentacles sitting underneath the Five of Wands, it's as if for this person that would really, like, either the person you're becoming or the person that you pair with, it's like, is this who I want? Is this who I am? Is this the final? It's like, it's giving me ultimatum vibes. With the Five of Wands, it's kind of tossing up these ideas, and there's a sense of not knowing if this is the end all be all. Like, is this the king of my castle? Is this the king of my heart? Is this the my favorite whatever? Is this the job I want to take? Is this the career move I want to make? It's really giving a sense of conflict about it. Another way that I'm seeing this is that if it's primarily finance focused, then you're already looking at it in the wrong capacity. So when you take a step back and you're looking at it from an objective point of view, not how it's the most financially lucrative, but longevity, like, where is the real growth? What can you really build and acquire from this situation? That's the way that you have to focus the attention. Also, what I'm getting in another scenario is that you're moving on financially and career wise, and there's going to be someone who's not so happy about it. You've integrated yourself in a new sense of community or family or team, and it's kind of, you don't know which way to feel about it. You really don't. So while you have a good intent for divulging this information, someone else is going to be feeling as if, I don't know, like they didn't fully take advantage of the opportunity, or that they didn't give you enough attention, or they didn't give you enough accolades, or that they didn't take it serious, the position you were actually in. And with this Lover's card reverse, it's not personal, but I feel that they'll take it that way anyway. They will be at conflict about it because they assume that they had all their things together. They assumed that they were doing the best they could or what was best. And I just feel that that's their own confusion. They really have a distorted sense of what love and loyalty is when it comes to probably in their personal relationships too. They really don't understand the, the difference between growth and abandonment. And so everything that happens will almost seem as if it's a personal blow to them. Their ego, their pride will really take a hit here. Split the deck and see what I get. Two of Swords, see? Then I'm looking at this card and this one comes up and it's like it has to end. It is inevitable. And that's just the way it goes. Wheel of Fortune, Tower, Hermit, Magician, Star. I mean, Three of Cups and Star. Like the fuck. It's going to happen. It was always supposed to happen. I just feel that there's a sense of not wanting to look at when, not wanting to look at the integration of a new way of being, of a new experience, a new cycle. It's like we both know it's coming, but if we put our heads down, we really don't have to look at it. We can act surprised or confused or stuck when the time comes, as if we didn't already know it was coming. It was always coming, and it was something that was already felt. And so the conflict here with the Five of Wands and the Lover's card in reverse, there started to be distance and discord between two people, or between you and your department, you and your neighbor, you and your family member. It was like it was always going to boil down to this. It was always going to come down to this. Always. So it's enough of the mincing words. It's enough of sweeping things under the rug. It is what it is, and be proud of that decision. That's all you have to say. That's all you have to do. And there is no deterring what happens next. Even though you know, the only thing that you know for sure that happens next is you taking that step towards where you're supposed to be. Or if you're already in it and you're having to let something go, the decision itself is the first step, and then the action by showing and proving, by doing this thing. So you're going to embody the very decision that you're making with pride and with integrity, with humility and intent. Very focused, very, very focused. And this is where you'll start to really get the benefit of the healing you've been doing, because you don't have to fight your way out of something now. You have had many experiences where you may have felt like in order to end something, it had to be on bad terms or in a very conflictual way so that there was no coming back. But this is a different approach, and it's bringing peace. It's like, I'm making this decision because I decided to, and this is the final answer, with appreciation, with gratitude, and with many things. See you later, or see you never, goodbye. Whatever the closure is, it's closed when you say it's closed. There's no need to go back and, how are things? Are you okay? I hope it didn't hurt your... Fuck all that. You made the decision. That's the first step. And now you just start to move in that decisiveness. You really just have to align your actions with the decision you just made or are making in the next week or so. Or you've already made the decision, but you have hesitated on acting it out and really being solid in that decision. Don't box yourself into a corner feeling as if because you're making this decision that at the last moment something's gonna yank you from the new direction you're heading in. Don't give it that kind of space to even hold you. Once you make that decision, that is what it is. You have to know that, and you have to believe that, because if you don't, no one else will, and your actions will go against what you decided. So don't give any room for misinterpretation. So Aries, I'm talking to you like, shit. I'm not just talking to you. I'm just saying what needs to be said here. But yeah, I will see y'all later. Good luck with that. But you're getting it. You're exercising it very, very in a balanced way, very fluidly too. I just feel like it can be a little shaky because doing it this way has not always been your approach. So yeah, good luck with that, y'all.